He glitched. Hey, what's up, soldiers? My name is GregFPS, the Zombies Extraordinaire, and welcome back to another video here today on the channel, where today, guys, we're going to be counting down the top 10 best wonder weapons in Treyarch Zombies history. I actually haven't made a best wonder weapons video in over 3 years, believe it or not. It was after Black Ops 3, so I feel like there's a few weapons we can add in from Black Ops 4 onto this list. Now, do keep in mind, guys, I'm excluding all elemental variants of weapons, so the staffs are not on this list. The bows are not on the list, the hands are not on the list, the Mark II variants are not on the list, and also the Kraken is not on the list because it has different variants. So just keep that in mind, guys. These are like base weapons basically by themselves. Now, I think the Ice Staff is the best, the Storm Bow is the best, the Hand of Charon is the best, the electric variant of the Mark II is the best, and the Kraken Ice version is the best. Those are my opinions for those weapons, but I'm just going to get them out of the way. We're not going to be talking about those on this video. Now, keep in mind that this list was compiled by people over on Twitter, and also a little bit of my personal opinion as well. So hope you guys do enjoy the video. If you do go on to enjoy it, please drop a like. And without further ado, let's jump right into it. All right, guys, coming in at the number 10 spot is going to be the KT4 / the upgraded version, the Kamune from Zetsubo no Shima. Now, this weapon is definitely very underrated because not a lot of people like ZNS. I personally think it's an okay map, and to be honest, I like this weapon a lot because you do have to do a few things in order to get it. In order to get just the base version of the KT4, you have to get the flower at the bottom of the water tunnel, you have to get spider venom from trapping a spider, and then you need the green vial over by Lab B. And then to upgrade it, you need to get the giant spider tooth from the spider boss fight, the 115 vial underneath Lab B, and also you need the plants underwater that you have to water with rainbow water. So once you get those, you can build this, and I really like how it's a buildable weapon, to be honest. But it's really nice when you use this weapon because you can shoot it at plants that you plant and get better drops that way, and it's just really fun to use in general. All the zombies get like big bubbles around them and explode from the acid, so I think it's pretty cool, and that's why it comes in here at the number 10 spot. Coming in at the number 9 spot is going to be the paralyzer, also known as the petrifier when you pack a punch it on buried. Now, this weapon is going to kill zombies up to about round 70, and after that it's not going to be as useful as it was. Now, it does have an ammo counter actually on the weapon, and once it reaches 115, you do have to let it cool down. But the great thing about this weapon is you can switch weapons and it will still be cooling down when you have it as your secondary and you're not actually using it, unlike weapons like the jet gun, for example. Now, the great thing about this weapon is you can also get over barriers. You can go from the box where most people lock it down up to the speed color room, and you can go over the green doors in the maze, making it very, very useful for that. I think overall this weapon is just really fun to use in general, and that's why it comes in here at the number 9 spot. Coming in at the number 8 spot is going to be the vitriolic withering and the magma gat. Now, I know I said I wasn't going to do variants, but they're essentially the same thing. The vitriolic withering you can get by upgrading a normal blender gat that you can either get for free or from the box in the acid gat kit, and then you pack a punch it. Now, this weapon is really, really good. I'm just talking about the Black Ops 2 version because in Black Ops 4 it is absolutely trash. And then the magma gat you can get by getting a blender gat, placing it inside the fireplace, get 15 kills, and then make your way from the warden's house all the way back to spawn where you can get it. Now, both of these weapons will attract zombies like monkey bombs, making it extremely useful and definitely worth using whenever you play either Blood of the Dead or Mob of the Dead. And I think that both of these weapons are really good, but they do unfortunately have a cutoff, especially the vitriolic withering. Once you get to about round 35, it's going to stop killing zombies. It still does have the monkey bomb effect, making it useful, but it's just not as good as it could be, in my personal opinion. So let's go on to the number 7 spot. Coming in at the number 7 spot is going to be the raygun Mark II, and this is going to be specifically the Black Ops 2 version of the Mark II because I think it's actually the best version of the Mark II, besides probably the variants, which I still think the Mark II is better. Now, the Mark II is going to be a one-shot headshot up till about round 70, making it extremely useful. And the thing that's so great about this weapon is how fast it kills mini bosses. You can kill Brutus almost instantly, usually with one burst. If you hit him in the head, you can also kill the Panzers in 1 or 2 bursts as well. just making it extremely useful. You can use this weapon to boost around like the Boom Hilda, also in Black Ops 2, making it extremely useful. And the fact that it was introduced on Buried, another great zombies map, is just really cool in general. So that one comes in here at the number 7 spot. Coming in at the number 6 spot is going to be the Alistair's Annihilator. Now, originally you get the Alistair's Folly, then the Chaos Theory, and then the Annihilator last once you fully upgrade it. It has 4 different shooting modes that you can do that are completely random based, so you really don't know which one you're going to get, just like a box of chocolate. Now, the thing about this weapon is you can either get the green shrinking ability, which will shrink all the zombies that come into the area of attack. It also has a whirlwind ability, which will swirl zombies all around and make them float up in the air, which looks really cool. And the last and final one is a ball of fire that will literally disintegrate all the zombies, which is also very, very cool. Now, it does have a green effect that kind of disorients zombies, but it won't kill them. And that's why I think this one's probably the worst out of all the abilities. Now, the great thing about the Alistair's Annihilator with a Black Ops 4 health cap, it kills indefinitely, and also it can allow you to get drops from shooting this weapon, so you can essentially have practically unlimited ammo. Now, I think that this weapon is very, very underrated. It's a great weapon to use on Dead of the Night. I know a lot of people don't really like this map, but honestly, it's a great weapon and definitely my favorite from Black Ops 4. So it comes in here at the number 6 spot. Coming in at the number 5 spot is going to be the wavegun from Moon. Now, this weapon is also a ton of fun to use, and you can also get the zap guns. The zap guns combine to make the wavegun. Now, the zap guns are going to kill 1 zombie per shot as long as you hit them, which is nice. And then the wavegun can obviously kill an entire horde and make them burst into bubbles and make a popping noise, which is just amazing. It's definitely one of the best sounds you will ever hear in zombies. And I personally love using this weapon, but it's so rare, and that's what kind of sucks about the Moon Easter egg. You do have to get it from the box in order to shoot the ball that is on top of the satellite, making it a little bit annoying. But if you're going for high rounds and you happen to get this weapon, you're going to be in luck, because it's definitely very useful and will kill zombies forever, essentially. So it comes in here at the number 5 spot. Definitely a great weapon. And the fact that you can hack drops to get max ammos means you can practically have unlimited ammo with this weapon. Coming in at the number 4 spot is going to be my favorite wonder weapon, and that is the 3179 JGB215. Also the fractalizer when you pack punch it, or the baby gun, or the shrink ray, whatever you like to call it, whatever floats your boat. Now, this weapon deals 0 damage. It literally deals 0 damage, but it will shrink all the zombies, allowing you to actually kick them, or you can shoot them with a weapon and they will die instantly because they're essentially on insta kill. Now, the great thing about this weapon is that you can have like the Mustang and Sally's in Black Ops 1 with PhD. You can shoot this thing and then shoot once with the Mustang and Sally and kill all the zombies around, or if you just like to, you can just run into them. Now, I do like the Black Ops 1 version better because there's no like hit delay or no flinch like in Black Ops 3's version, which kind of makes it not as good as the Black Ops 1 version, but it's still a ton of fun to use, and I just love using this weapon. It's definitely probably the coolest weapon that Treyarch has ever made, so it comes in here at the number 4 spot. Coming in at the number 3 spot is a beloved weapon by a lot of people, and that is going to be the Thunder Gun. Now, this weapon is one of like a ton of people's favorites. When I commented, tell me your favorite wonder weapon on Twitter, a ton of people said this. Now, you can obviously get it on Kino, which is probably the most played zombies map. You can get it on Ascension. You can get it on Revelations as well. They brought it back. So this weapon is just iconic for zombies. It's probably the second most iconic, behind maybe the regular ray gun. And I think that this weapon is just one of those that everyone loves because it kills zombies indefinitely, and you can kill an entire horde in one shot. And just making the zombies go flying and bouncing off a wall or something just is absolutely one of my favorite things, and it looks so cool when the zombies all ragdoll. So it comes in here at the number 3 spot. Coming in at the number 2 spot is going to be the liquifier from Die Rise. Now, this weapon is a buildable weapon, and it's really easy to build. You just go near power and all the parts are going to be located over there, which is very nice. It's really easy to build. You can build it in like 2 minutes at the most if you know where all the part locations are. Now, this weapon is definitely a lot of fun to use because it will actually chain kill zombies, and they ended up nerfing it when it came out because it was so powerful. You could kill an entire round on round 30 just from zombies getting chain killed, and I remember actually doing that on Die Rise when it came out way back in the day. Now this weapon is definitely one of the most unique weapons as well because you can't upgrade it, and there is actually an upgrade version in the code, but it was never implemented into the map. It was cut. Now this liquifier is just really cool in general because it also slows down zombies and makes zombies slip, which is pretty funny when you shoot it at the ground and the zombies walk over it, and they'll also get, you know, damage from it, kind of like the KC4 the Kamune, because it is actually acid inside this liquifier. Now another thing you can do is shoot it at the ground and basically slide yourself on it, which is always fun to do. I like diving onto it and just like sliding like 10 feet. It's really fun, unless you get slid down a elevator shaft, which is definitely not fun. But overall, this weapon is great, and it comes in here at the number 2 spot. Now it is time for the honorable mentions. The first one is going to be the raygun Mark III from Guard Crovey. This weapon is definitely a lot of fun to use, but on round 100, if you shoot all the shots, it actually won't kill a zombie. Now it has the slowdown effect, which can kill zombies on low rounds, and also the regular raygun effect. It's definitely very, very good for the boss fight, and especially while you're doing the Easter egg, like the Gersh step, where you can shoot Gersh before he even moves, right when he's done his quote. And also you can use the slowdown effect when you're escorting the Valkyrie that literally looks like Finding Nemo all the way to Dragon Command. So that is a great weapon. The next one is going to be the Scavenger, which is the only sniper rifle, I guess you could say, unless you count the Wunderwaffe from the Black Ops 4 version of Tagner Toin. Now, I wouldn't say that this weapon is great, but it's a ton of fun to use, and it's great for killing George, so you can get free perks and essentially getting max ammo very, very quickly. It's called the Hyena Infradead when you pack punch it, which is just a very cool name, and it ends up being a thermal sniper with a thermal scope, which is very cool. And the last and final honorable mention is going to be the Wunderwaffe. Now, this weapon is obviously the first weapon besides the raygun implemented into zombies on Shinonuma. We've seen it on multiple different maps. And also, I think that the Tagner Toin version of this weapon is also very cool because of the scope on it. It makes it very useful and can kill zombies as well. So anyways, guys, now it is time for the number 1 spot. When you clicked on this thumbnail, you already knew that the number 1 spot was going to be for the Apothicon Servant. There's literally no doubt. And the gameplay you guys are watching is day 1 of Black Ops 3 when I had the Apothicon Servant upgraded and pack-a-punched. Now, unfortunately, it's not in the game anymore, but you can upgrade it on Revelations. Now, this weapon is so fun to use, and you can build it by getting a Margwa heart, which you get from killing a Margwa. You also get a tentacle, which you can get inside of a purple pod when you use the fumigator. And the last and final thing you need is the Xenomatter, and you can usually end up getting this on round 12. If you already upgrade the sword, you can start the flag step after hitting the book in Nero's lair, and you can usually get Xenomatter from the meatballs right away, or you can just wait for a special round and hope to get it then. Now, this weapon is just so fun to use. It kills everything. It makes a black hole, and all the zombies will get sucked into it, which is super, super cool. And it just makes a really satisfying noise. And when you just stick your fists right up its bum, and it makes that weird noise, it's a little interesting, definitely a little TOS, but it is definitely one of the greatest weapons in all of zombies history and a ton of fun to use. So guys, that is going to be my entire list. I hope you somewhat agreed with what I had to say about the different wonder weapons and my ranking. If you disagree, that is totally fine. Let me know your opinions down below, and you can also comment your favorite wonder weapon because there are a ton in zombies, and that's what makes it great. There's so many different ones that you can use in zombies, and hopefully in the next installment of zombies, we get some amazing wonder weapons that are super fun to use as well. Thank you so much for watching. My name is GregFPS, the Zombies Extraordinaire, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out.